Jan, welcome back to Columbus. It's great to have you back. So, being part of the Buckeyes from 2011 to 15, couldn't be more excited to have you back in Columbus this week and coming back around the facility at a place you called home for a long time. Great to sit down with you and just kind of catch up what you've been up to the last 10 years. It's kind of crazy how time flies.
Yep.
You're not really that old, but yeah, time flies.
10 years is a lot.
10 years is a lot. But really appreciate you sitting down with us to just kind of catch up, talk about your experience here while you were a student athlete, and then of course what you've been up to and kind of where you are now. So let's take it back a little bit to maybe your recruiting days, a couple years before you came to college. You were playing golf in Florida, and kind of just how you decided to come to Ohio State.
Well, so I was in a boarding school in Florida, Boca Raton. So my dad just shipped me there. I played there for like 4 years. And then I was with like American family, like golf family, Morgan Pressel family, to be honest. And they're a big Michigan fan. Like everything is blue, everything is M. And then when I told grandpa of the family that I'm actually talking to like the Ohio State University, never heard of it, like let alone the state, like what is Ohio State? And once I said that, the grandpa was like, that is so mean. And I was like, what's going on? Because I know how big the Michigan is. And he was like, oh, well, it's like the biggest rival for us. And that's how I know how big Ohio State University is from their reaction. So funny story, I actually signed our paper in the whole Michigan room. It was funny, it was cute.
So from the start, you knew it was going to be a special place.
Yes.
Yeah. And you probably learned very quickly how big Ohio State's.
Yeah, because I visited as well. I'm like, this big thing, like the whole big campus is sitting in the middle of nowhere, like cornfield. And like the stadium is huge, like a lot of resources, like all the people, like I can see people wearing Ohio State shirt everywhere since the airport. So that's how I, like, coming from Thailand, never know anything about Ohio State. That's huge.
Do you find that when you wear your logo to different places as you travel the world?
Yeah, yeah, so I was in Cape Town just this year. I saw a girl saying like, I think it's rowing team, yeah, shirt in like a mall in Cape Town. And then I was in Kenya doing my electives because, okay, so short story. So last year I was taking a break doing my master program in UK. So I had a chance to go to Kenya. And I saw an old man, Asian man, wearing the Buckeye hat. And I'm like, in the middle of Nairobi, this guy is wearing a Buckeye hat. So I approached him, I asked him, and he's like, yeah, my daughter went to Ohio State. That's big, like, in the middle of like Nairobi. Yeah. So I see a lot of like Buckeyes everywhere. That's true.
Did you say anything to the rower in Cape Town?
I did not, because I was kind of, no, I did not. Yeah, I know, because we got yelled all the time. Anywhere we go, like golf team, Ayo! Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is amazing. We talk about how big our alumni base is, how far-reaching our student athletes come from all parts of the world. But it's amazing when you get to experience it kind of once you leave Ohio State, it stays with you. So
it stays forever.
Yeah. So talk a little bit, so you came in as a student athlete from 2011 to 15, just as an international, and kind of the transition into U.S. Maybe you had a little bit of it in high school, but maybe that transition as a student athlete.
Well, first of all, I think for me, coming from Thailand, it's pretty hard to get into a powerhouse athletic school because it's such a great opportunity. And because Ohio State is pretty big, it's powerhouse. So when I got there, it could get like a bit overwhelming, intimidating by like the surrounding, but then all the support were there. Like one thing you have to know, like I have to learn how to embrace the culture, like accept what's coming, and then I know all the help's there. So I don't think I adjust that much because kind of just take on the ride and enjoy it.
Yeah, and when you come in, you've got your built-in network of teammates.
Yeah.
You've got your coaches.
Like everything was all planned out for me, academic-wise, my team, where I'm staying, who I should be with with it, like, you know, everything was like mental health.
Time you need to be there.
Yeah, like everything was all laid out. Like all I have to do is just follow the plan and that's it.
And for someone like you, that was probably a really good thing to have that structure,
Yeah,
right?
I was a mess. So it was good for me to have that plan, you know? So, yeah.
And you know, I think it's, obviously, you went through a lot in college.
I did.
Right? So in January of 2013, losing your dad.
Yeah, sophomore year.
Suddenly.
In Thailand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that experience and kind of maybe what you learned from that and learned to appreciate from that.
Well, what I learned is that everything could happen. Like you would never, like you don't have to expect everything to be great in your life, or like, what I learned from that is that I appreciate everything around you. Like I don't think I could go through that moment that young without all the help I have at Ohio State. Like all the coaches, all the teammates.
There was a time, so we didn't have our facility back then.
No, nothing. Yeah.
And I remember specifically, we were down at the bottom of the pro shop in what we call the dungeon, a term of endearment, but the green rolled about a 16 or a 17, so it really wasn't, you know.
It wasn't a green, yeah.
But it was a place where we'd meet as a team and do some putting, and the building was getting it was under construction at the time. And I remember practice finishing up, and you were the only one down there because you had to come late because of class or whatever. And this was after your dad had passed away. And you just kind of were frustrated with the putting game that we had set up. And finally you just sat down and you're like, Coach, I gotta tell you something. And I looked at you and I was like, what's gonna happen right now? Like, I knew you were in a tough place because it was hard to lose a person that was really close with you, who you had a long future with, that you planned to, be around your dad a lot. But you're like, well, I'm not going to class. I'm not doing my work. I need help. And to me as a coach, I was just an assistant coach at the time, but that was probably a huge moment in my career to say, hey, we have a big impact on these young women that are right with us every day. It's way more than golf. So for you to kind of open up to me, and then we were able to get that help around you, it took a lot of courage for you to admit that, right? But I think from that moment on, we developed a really close, special bond.
Because at the time I didn't know what to do with my life. Like, it was like, I was so lost. But I really appreciate you being there for me. See, after 10 years, still there.
I know. And I think there's a reason that we all come back, right? And then it's a special place to always be connected to.
Did you?
But this is good.
I'm so good at this. Hey, but this could be the footage too, because it's so real.
It's real. And I didn't want to prompt you with that question because of I didn't want you to have to be like, oh, I got to talk about Dad, right?
No, I'm okay talking about it.
Yeah, no, I know you are.
Yeah, I love to express
Yes.
that it
Yeah.
really means a lot having people around here with me.
Well, and that's why it's so special to come back, right? And I think to kind of continue on with it just a little bit, but within, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 hours, we had you on a plane back to Thailand to be with your family.
It was like 24.
And you, right, you were
Right,
home.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a long
It's a long
journey
back.
home, and for you to travel alone, your two coaches get you on that plane, and the last thing I remember you telling me, you gave me a hug at the gas station on Kenny Road and Lane Avenue, and you said, Coach, I'm coming back. Don't worry, I'm coming back. And I said, Jan, at this point, that's not what I'm worried about, but I know you will. And you did. Came back and joined us that spring.
I had a great year.
You had a
Junior
great
year, senior year, my best career, my best performance.
Right. And so I think, it is amazing how much power we find in those most difficult moments, the strength we have. And when we're bonded together, right, as a family here, and what we can do to help support our student athletes, that's what we're here to do, get you guys through some times. And we know adversity's coming. I often tell our team right now, I've told teams for many years, adversity is going to happen. We just never know when, and we can't plan for it. And in 2016, when I lost my dad, you were one of the first people to reach out. And so I think, that's what makes our relationship so special, is will forever be kind of connected through those moments.
Like, even though I call you Coach Strongman, but you're like, I would say you're one of like the people I cherish the most in my life.
Yeah, and those phone calls coming home. I pick up a phone call. We get home kind of late at night from a
3
trip,
a.m.
and Jan's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm out. I can't go. I gotta go home. I'm not doing. And I'm like, Jan, just get some
Calm
rest.
down.
Take a breath. Let's restart again. Got a couple days off because you were unique. You know, like your drive to be the best you could be was different
Than other people.
Yeah. So tell us just a little bit, like to kind of turn the corner, right? As we elevated our program while you were here. We brought in, Jessica Pravaznik and Katya Pogachar and Jacqueline Lee and Nikki Schroeder, and all these players started coming here. What did you sense was happening? The facility was built and we moved in here in the spring of 2014.
Mm-hmm.
What was kind of the sense you had about Ohio State golf then?
Well, it's always improvement. You always seek to improve everything. So freshman year, we only have the indoor. We have to practice in the football indoor facility, hitting into the rack. And then next year, I know it was like, okay, this building is here. There's no way I could not practice without any excuses of being cold, because they have a heated bay and they have the indoor facility, huge one, and also the big weight room at the facilities. Yeah. So I see a lot of improvement gradually, like every year. You always seek to invest into something innovation, you would say, like TrackMan, Sam Lab. I don't know like whether those are outdated by now, but I think you were like the first of the program compared to other program to invest into those technologies with us.
Yeah, and Coach Hession led the way, right? Like she was always kind of on the cutting edge of different ways of teaching, of different,
like almost like new things every day.
Yeah. And so
it never gets boring.
No, and I think for a student athlete like yourself, we couldn't let it get boring. Right?
No,
we knew that one-on-one time with you was important because you kind of did better in a setting where it was less distractions around and get your work done and get in and be efficient.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was probably part of our coaching evolution too.
Yeah, because you guys make a lot of adjustment because everyone is different. All of your athletes might need like different way in approaching and to do their best. Yeah. And I think you all also value that that difference too, and try to approach different athletes in different way, but still with the frame. Yeah. And the goal that we have to achieve. Right.
So you graduate, you and Claudia.
Yeah. Mother of two.
She's a mother of two now. We'll have to get her. We'll have to get a little catch up with her soon. But where have you been these last 10 years? What's Jan been doing?
So after I graduated, I went back to Thailand. So I worked for my family business in Thailand, and then after 8 years, I decided to take a gap year and went to the UK to do a master program in innovation, hoping that I could, go back to Thailand and expand my business or creating a new sector using the innovation strategy.
And you graduated here with a degree in business.
Yeah.
And was there a specialization that you had?
It was an operation management and logistic management, so I decided to do double major, making myself harder, but it was a good challenge.
Yeah, well, you were always up for a challenge. What do you think, what would you tell yourself if you were a freshman coming in this door and you could talk to Jan 10 years ago, 14 years ago now, as a freshman?
Yeah. Well, I would just say enjoy the ride. Like embrace every moment you have, appreciate everything that's given to you, because it is all good thing, and just enjoy the new venture and embrace it. And also, I forgot, does it work on my head? Wait, hold on. Okay, so just enjoy the ride, so everything is, appreciate everything that's given to you, and even though you realize it or not, it go by quickly. Yeah. So embrace it and be appreciative of everything. Yeah, and just work hard, because everything is planned out for you. Just follow the plan, and if you need help, ask for it. You have all the helps around you. Yeah. Just do not afraid to ask help, and these people, they're older than you, like the coaches, they know what you have to go through every year, so they know how to handle it. and give best advice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I look back obviously with fond memories of your time here. Probably one of the funniest players I've ever coached. But let's not be remiss in the fact that you probably hit the best 5-iron I've ever seen you hit in college golf
Yeah.
too. At the Fort, and I want to say it was 2015, your last Big Ten championship. And hole 18, you were just in the right rough. And that pin was kind of front middle. And it was you and me walking down that fairway.
We were like
you
tied.
were so nervous.
I need to make this.
Yeah, and striped that 5-iron from about 180 yards onto the green, and 2-putted to help us
win
Big Tens.
Yeah,
And,
5-iron was not easy to hit.
No.
And I managed to fire it straight, not shanked it. not
shanked it. Yeah, you did not shank it. But what I'd like to just commend you on is, as funny and as lighthearted as you could be, you always rose to the occasion.
Yeah.
And you found a way to get things done. You always figured out a way to get great grades in school. You figured out a way to be really instrumental in our success in 3 Big Ten championships that we went on to win. And we can't thank you enough for coming back, sharing some time with us today. And it just means the world to me that you're so proud to be a Buckeye.
I am.
And we're always proud to have you come back anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A girl from Thailand, so proud to be a Buckeye.
Go Bucks.